Today we shall move into the January transfer window. This will be the last episode I record ahead of time, and as such I'll be waiting for your feedback before advancing any further than the second game today, or second game of the month in January against Barnsley. I will not advance any further than the 14th of the month before pushing any further through and getting your feedback on board. I will potentially though be signing a pre-contract in this episode. I'm pretty sure one of these guys, as I mentioned in the last episode, will be available on a pre-contract. I'm 95% sure one of them is Ryan Schofield. So if the opportunity arises to sign him on a free, I will. And I will do it immediately as soon as we get to the beginning of the month. From there, I shall wait for your feedback, alternative suggestions for other positions, and of course, feedback on those that are currently on my shortlist. But to start, we're going to be playing with this 11 rather than the tired 11 we currently have for the first team in a game against Brighton in the FA Cup. Brighton are in our division, so it's an all-championship tie before we then have Stoke a week later, so we'll be able to play the first string 11 for that and for the game against Barnsley as well. So we'll be at full strength for 2/3 of today's episode, but looking forward to having a crack at Brighton, who are in the playoffs, I believe, at the top of the championship. I will quickly double check that so we know the calibre of team that we're playing against. But I'm pretty sure Brighton are one of the three at the top. Newcastle, Watford and Brighton, if my memory serves. And it does. Brighton 3 points behind Watford, who are a further 5 points behind Newcastle. It has opened up a little bit. Brighton have dropped off the pace slightly at the top of the table, but they still have a 10-point gap to the side in fourth. So they're not to be underestimated. They're an extremely good side, and I expect them to give me an extremely good game. Probably beat me, but you never know, especially of late in this save. We've had some indifferent games, some indifferent performances from me, some indifferent performances from the game, with the physics engine completely shitting itself, with ball going through people's legs, left, right and centre. The game against Bristol City, I completely lost my head. Let's try and stay calm and composed in this one if we can. We'll take on Brighton. We will be able to utilise some players off the bench, so we don't need to worry too much about players like Brown being able to come in and have an impact, because they're going to have a full week to recover for the next game anyway. So I will actually bring Ngoy in here for Evans, and I'll bring Wilson in there for Norville Williams. Outside of that, I'm quite happy to go into this game as is. We shall see what we can do against Brighton. They still have Aaron Moy, as you can see there on the right hand side. Intrigued to see how many of their original Premier League players remain in their starting lineup, and also intrigued to see how competitive we can be against another of the relegated Premier League sides in our current division. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell ticked if you haven't done so already. And we'll wait and see if we get through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. Brighton then, David Button in goal. Florian Andone still up top for them. They've got Jean-Michel Seri in goal. Adam Webster and Matt Clark as the centre-backs. It's not as strong as their current team in real life, but there's still some good players in there. And Aaron Moy sat slightly further forward at Cam. Intrigued to see how good he plays in that role. I would have imagined that he's better as a box-to-box midfielder sat slightly deeper, but we'll see if he can actually be an offensive threat for them in that further forward role. Whether he plays that regularly for them or whether they've rotated slightly for this cup game is unsure at present. You'd imagine with the race for the automatic promotion spots at the top of the championship being as tight as it is, that they probably wouldn't put too much focus on the FA Cup, but it's still a side that could cause us some real problems here, so we are going to be at our best if we're to get a result to get through to the next round. Jean-Michel Seri will take this corner, and we should clear that. Robinson has gone up, but not necessarily away too well. Should win that header with Fitzwater and have done so well. And actually, whilst I think of it, there was some call in the comments to put Robinson on the right and Shea Ojo to the left, as Robinson had his most influential performances when he was on the right-hand side of our midfield. And I've only just remembered that comment asking for that to be tried out. So we shall test it in this game, and we'll see how Charlie Robinson is on the right, because he's been not quite as effective on the left, and I do definitely agree. I just hadn't actually gotten to the point of changing it around. But thank you for the feedback. We shall try your feedback. 99% of the time your feedback ends up improving the team, so we'll see if it does the same on this occasion. Conceição looking for nibs, but unfortunately it's picked off by the Brighton midfield. so far. Bit of a snore draw in the opening 30 minutes. Hopefully the second half, or even just the latter stages of this first half, liven up sooner rather than later. Nibs will get that in there to Maris, and we could get ourselves the opportunity here. And Robinson will look for someone in the middle. Oh, and the game has livened up, and one of the keeper has been drawn to a good save, and it's David Button. Ep8 on his own there, and to be fair, should have buried that in the bottom corner, but he's kicked it relatively close to the keeper. Conceição delivers the ball. Win that header, please. Florian Andone did. Robinson will get to that. Work it inside. Here's Fitzwater. Some space there for Conceição. Good footwork from him. Get it back to him. And then through that gap. Nibs. He's done well. He's done really well. Harvey Nibs. Oh, Button again with a top save. The highlight continues. Conceição to deliver. It's probably too close to the keeper. He's tipped it away. I'll knock this down to a teammate. It's Jack Fitzwater. Well, to be fair, for a centre-back, not badly struck at all, but unfortunately, the keeper gets to it. We'll stay 0-0 with 5 minutes to go till the break. Cochrane lifts that into the middle. Moy brings it down and across to Seri. To Ryan Sessegnon. Drops the shoulder well. Nice little 1-2 as well. And Andone will fly Moy. I read that turn. I couldn't get the ball off him. And Ryan Sessegnon hits the inside the post. Away, please. Seyozo can't get to the cleared ball. That's the closest either side have come to a goal so far. Definitely the closest Brighton have come to a goal so far. Oh, I tried to attack the ball, and again the defender just doesn't react at the back post. We're having a lot of frustrating gameplay goals going against us the past couple of episodes. See the position of the defender, and I'm asking him to come towards the ball, and he just backs away and waits for it to come to him. How many times have we said that throughout the course of FIFA 20? Sessegnon inside. 1-2. Nicely done with Moy. And then with Andone as well. I was waiting for a cutback that didn't come there. It does now on this occasion. Seri. Spread here to Malumbi. Time's running out for us now. Longman to Andone, but given away to Lewis Page. And Seyozo can come away on some sort of counter-attack. Can we go for a 1-2 maybe? He's gone again. Pass deflected, but it will reach Seyozo. We do keep it in play. And Nibs has made a good run. And we'll look for him and find him. I need some support. Might not need any support. Nibs! Get involved. Harvey Nibs makes it. Cambridge 1, Brighton 1. We equalise in the 83rd minute, and that's fully deserved. The initial aim was to turn inside there and then look for a teammate, but Maris is well marked, as is Ep8. Had no choice but to go solo. Didn't need anyone else. Get involved. Charlie Robinson is now going off. I'm going to bring Abadia. No, I'm going to bring Leon Davies on to swap with Ngoy. Let's go. Come on. There's still time for a second goal if we can push for it. We have scored a couple of 92nd minute goals in recent episodes. An equaliser against Brentford. A winner in a previous game as well recently from Seyozo. Was it Wednesday? I think Sheffield Wednesday we beat in the 92nd minute as well. If we can do that here against Brighton, I'd be delighted. I'd rather they didn't do it to me though. Great touch by Kleiber. Mitov with a save. Not a massive amount of contact on the ball there. Not so much so to actually get it clear. Oh, Page loses the header, but it falls kindly into the arms of Mitov. Right, come on then, Julian. Can't get the ball down. Away, please. Well done, right. It's not going to find Ngoy again. Seri over the top. Keeper's going to have this one too, and I think that might be game. Unfortunately, time is just going to disappear on us here. And it's going to be a 1-1 draw against Brighton. We will have a replay in the FA Cup, and the month of January does get slightly busier. Depending on when that's scheduled, that replay may be in today's episode. We certainly deserved at least the draw. Any slip-ups in there? Not that I can see at first glance. Crystal Palace beat Fleetwood. Wigan drawing with Forest Green, perhaps. Fulham beating West Brom. No other. Oh, Brentford beating Manchester United right at the bottom. Look, that's a turn up for the books. Big shock there at Old Trafford. Didn't expect that. Right. My clash against the percentage sign didn't go well today, apparently. Well done. It's not like it's June and you still haven't fixed that. We expected at least a draw against Brighton. We earned at least a draw against Brighton. We'll concentrate on what we can do better against them in the replay and hopefully get the result. Not yet sure when that's going to be scheduled, but we're into the month of January now. Guess there's going to be a next time. It was a tough decision, but not going to... Proud of Marcus Wilson, actually, for the way he's been playing. Tom Knowles is back from his loan spell. Important transfer market information. Bradley Murphy still doesn't look like he's going to be any good. Now then, which of these players were available on a free? I can't remember. I'm sure it was Schofield. Double checked, and no, they aren't available on a free. Ep8 is now at Dortmund, and I might be able to loan him. We said we'd give it a go, and Dortmund are left willing and able to let him come on loan to me. We'll ask for a short term, have him for the rest of the season, see if he's worth trying to buy at a later date. I'm not sure what he's on wage-wise. Quite a bit, actually, now that he's gone to Dortmund. We'll try and negotiate. We can trial Ep8 out, evidently, if we're able to get this, well, provided he wants to come to us, of course. They'll agree 40-60 split. That's good news for us. Well, that's great. We can then see what he's like and make a decision from there. Outside of that, I'm going to wait for your feedback. I think Schofield is definitely still a potential option for us. 70 rated, 6'3". His positioning's not that good at 65. Hopefully that can improve. But I'm open to that. It would mean the end of the time at the club for Mitov or Will Norris. Not sure which yet. Mitov, 25 years of age. Will Norris, 29 now. His positioning is 65 as well, although with obviously the improved morale is slightly higher. So the first team will probably have Ethan Clark drop out of it and Arvin Appiah come in and start. That will be the initial plan for the remainder of this season. And like I say, George Maris is probably going to have his time come to a close at the club next season, at least his time being involved. We'll try and sell him next season. That's something we shall actively do in a future year. But right now, we're just concentrating on probably a goalkeeper. And now that we've gotten Arvin Appiah in on loan, I'm not sure whether I really need anyone else. Appiah has agreed to come to us. A loan offer for Conceição from Lech Poznan, which we shall reject. Still continuing to have a part to play. And that offer for Leon Davis is rather low, so we won't accept that. Next season, we are going to be looking to sell on probably a couple of the Cambridge United players that just aren't going to be able to cut it at the higher level, unfortunately. I wanted to give them at least the full season here in the Championship in our first year to try and see what we could do. But someone like Adebayo and one like Leon Davis probably going to find themselves on the way out in the not too distant future. We'll focus on playing well against Stoke, and we shall try and get ourselves a victory this time after a 2-2 draw against them last time we played them. And the game against Brighton will be the third game that we play in today's episode. So Stoke and Brighton to round us out today. We said we were going to go as far as the Barnsley game. I will go as far as the Barnsley game. We'll just not play it rather than actually playing it as was initially intended. That will be the starting lineup. No, it won't. Arvin Appiah will come in to the starting lineup. Ethan Clark will drop not even to the bench because Sheyoto is there and he's arguably a better player. No, let's give Ethan Clark the spot. He's my player after all, and we want him to grow more so than Sheyoto. Right then, let's see what Arvin Appiah is all about in this game against Stoke away from home. Missed the lineup for Stoke, so I'll quickly show you it here. It's Butland in goal still. Wimmer at the back. Scored an own goal against us last time, didn't he? Kevin Wimmer, unfortunately for him. Bruno Martins Indy at left back. That's going to be a deficit of pace that we can hopefully try and utilise for our advantage. In the midfield, Etebo as well. He scored a header against us, I think, in the last game, didn't he? He's always very strong against me whenever we play against Stoke in multiple series across the course of the FIFA franchise. Sis up top, Gajia and Sam Lucas out wide. I don't know what to expect from them. Sam Lucas tends to have good performances against me. They have in the past been a bit of a bogey side for me, Stoke, when they were in the Premier League. But at Championship level, we've seemed to be okay against them in the Leeds series and now this one. 2-2 from the first game against Stoke. We'll see if we can better that on this occasion. But we shall have to come from behind because Oakley Booth has given them a 1-0 lead. Lovely. Etebo back there to Meffert. Forward to Sis. Appiah intercepts. Nice defensive work from him. Yet to see him go the other way. Campos, I don't fancy him in a physical battle there. Work it around then. Hopefully we can get him away from the defender that was with him. And Goy, brilliant ball through the gap. I've got Jack Rolls in the middle making moves. Don Brown is there with me too. Oh, Jack, 2 bites to the cherry. Unfortunately, no goal. Well up, Cano. Get to that. Oh, brilliant pace from Abadia. Wow. Oh, Appiah's pass is picked off. Expert interceptions from Oakley Booth there. That was outrageous. Appiah does well to get a foot in, even though I wasn't in control of him. Rolls forward to Ngoy. Appiah, make me that run, please. There he is. And around the corner to Campos. Ducks inside. Get it across here. Abadia around the corner. Oh, I think Appiah was just offside when the ball came through. He was. Oh, chance wasted. Brought down nicely. Oakley Booth there into Sis. Back to Oakley Booth again. This is good football from Stoke, but Norris does well to deny them a second. They've been the better side so far, Stoke, I have to be honest. Wilson will look to get that down the line, though, to Appiah. But he couldn't be any quicker stat-wise, but wasn't quick enough to get to that. I am slightly concerned that, as was the case with the Leeds save, we'll end up with too many players that have 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, and it will become a little bit, well, easy and a bit too heavily reliable on the counter-attack. There was some real discontent in the comment section about the majority of the way I was scoring goals at Leeds in the last few seasons, where we had so many players that were just rapid and uncatchable. In the minute, we only have Abadia and now Arvin Appiah that are at that level of pace. So it's not too OP at the moment, but I am hoping to try and keep things more realistic in terms of the way that we score some of our goals. I know you do get sides that play heavily on the counter, but to have 5 or 6 players in your starting 11 that all have 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed is perhaps a little bit too much. And it was, so I did feel that way in the Leeds series. I didn't vocalise that because, well, I'm hoping you guys would just enjoy the series without me putting it down. Oh, I was hoping Julian Ngoy would bury that and we could have enjoyed a goal to celebrate too, but unfortunately he smashed it high against his former team. Perhaps I should have gone for the near post there. Regardless, 5 minutes into the second half, we still trail by a goal to nil at the Bet365. Hopefully not for too much longer. I was nicely out wide there to Appiah. I've got numbers in the middle to aim for, one of which is Ngoy at the back post. That was brilliantly done by Martin Zindi. Lovely touch by Kyle Noyle, who I agree with those of you in the comments that have been saying he's been a bit of a dark horse in this save. He's not really been mentioned much at all, whether it be for good football or for bad football. He's just been a consistent performer that's grown solidly throughout and hasn't really been in the spotlight at all. And that has been kind of gone under the radar a little bit with regards how good and consistent his performances have been. It was nice to see someone in the comment section actually acknowledge him. And actually, it made me think twice about how good or how much I valued Kyle Noyle in my starting lineup. Rolls will get that into Abadia. And this is where that acceleration and sprint speed will pay. And at the near post, Butler makes a good save. On his left-hand side there, Abadia still lacking in the finishing stat. Appiah with the delivery from the corner. Collins underneath it again, but well over. All the way down the line towards Zinkernagel. Early delivery away by Cano. Well done. Confirmation of Arkadiusz Milik going to Juventus. Jack Rolls has gone off here. I brought Ethan Clark on, but Clark's playing out wide, and I've moved Campos to Cam. So Campos now playing central with Ethan Clark reinstated to a wide position, and that deflection could have gone anywhere. I thought it was going to nestle itself in the top corner for a minute. It was Oakley Booth, their first goal scorer, just off the tippy toes of Eusebio Cano. Joe Allen has come on now for Stoke as well as they look to get themselves this second goal. That's a good header. Well, he kept it down at least, which is more than Collins did from our last headed effort from a corner, but wide of the target and tamely so. And Ngoy will win that header. Knocks it down nicely to Campos, who has Abadia here in support. Will lift that over the top, looking for Appiah. Here's where that pace really shows. Coming back on his weak foot. And Ngoy's there. Clark! Oh! Just whiskers away from an equalising goal. Not quite enough contact on it. Well, that was terrible from Bauer. I don't even know what that was. Absolutely awful. Appiah into Abadia. Around the corner to Ngoy. Abadia's going to go again. And I'll look for him here. And Abadia. Dip! Oh, it's over the line. How Jack Butland kept out in the first place, I'm not sure. And everybody in the ground held their breath as that was dropping and nobody had any idea whether it was going to go over the line or be cleared or go over the bar. It does sneak over the line before the defender can get there. It's a brilliant reaction save from Butland in the first place. I think it went over the line before the keeper could clear it. You see all the Cambridge fans behind the goal were like, oh no, when Butler made that save, and then that turned to that as it went across the line. Augustin Abadia scores his seventh, was that seventh? Augustin Abadia scores his seventh goal of the championship season. And we have a leveller against Stoke. It was 2-2 last time, it's 1-1 this time. But as was the case in the Brighton game, still some time left, more so than we had in that fixture, to look for a second. Oh, and they do hit the net, but it's not a goal. Inside to Campos, Cano, quickly forward to Abadia. And Goy, Abadia's going to go again. I'll look through that gap. Oh, he's held off the defender, but the second man is across to get the ball away from him. That could have been it. Win that, please, Dom. Brilliant header. Campos chests it down nicely. Across this side, we've got Ethan Clark. He's going to turn back, look for Don Brown first, then Ngoy, back to Brown. Oh, it opened up. Oh, it opened up for Ngoy then. I just couldn't get it to him, and I got the ball back to Brown, and actually had more space than I initially thought I did. I'm going to put the pressure on Butland here, and he's just going to hack it away. Please win this, Collins. He's done well. It's going to go to Brown as well. Inside to Campos. Abadia is there. Clark's going. There goes Campos. Campos! Buries it! How many 92nd minute goals have we had in this season? We mentioned it in the last game, talking about how we did it against Wednesday and Brentford, and now we've gone and done it against Stoke as well. Campos tucked inside to Cam with a substitution of Clark coming on, and that's what's got us the goal. David Campos makes it Cambridge 2, Stoke 1. We will get our winner at the Britannia Stadium, and I would love to go and do that again now against Brighton in the FA Cup. 3 points in the league in what will be the only league game of the day. And thrilled with that. Really, really pleased to have gotten the victory there right at the death. Not sure what it will do for our league position. Not much, I don't think. Just the one set of 3 points. But we shall wait and see. The game against Brighton, I'm not sure how fit the remainder of that starting 11 will be. I might need to play the same 11 that played in the... I won't say yes we had doubts or that we were the stronger side. I might need to play the same 11 that played in the first game against Brighton. But we'll have a quick train. And then I shall see you in that game against Brighton. Didn't even give me the pre-match lineups on this occasion, which is really odd. Looking like a similar starting lineup to their last game, although Seri now pushed forward. And no Aaron Moy. Ryan Sessegnon starts on the left-hand side, and that is a slightly different defence as well. So they've changed their lineup slightly. I've changed mine slightly, only with Clark now starting on the left, with Robinson dropped to the bench, now that Clark isn't in my other starting lineup. But we'll wait and see. Wait and see what we can do in this second game against Brighton. We gave as good as we got in the first game, so if we can do that again here at the Amex, then there's no reason why we can't go through. Wilton with the throw into Ojo. Maris is through that gap. Then short there is Adebiezo. We'll try for the near post. Oh! He hit the post itself and into the side netting. Not very far wide at all. Oh, they said it hit the post. It evidently didn't. I don't know why in commentary they were saying that he hit the post, because that was a good few inches past it. Never mind. Free kick for Brighton. Jean Seri to deliver. Well, what a goal that would have been. Ryan Sessegnon, he could barely even keep track. It was more like the defensive clearance animation than it was an actual shot. The ball travelled so fast that the camera could barely keep track of it. Can't say so. We'll switch this across. That was a really good opportunity. Sessegnon, I think, had a lot more space there than he initially thought. If he had the awareness to bring that down, could really have caused us some problems. Go on, Victor. Keep that run going. Ah, he tried to play it through the gap, or to just play it into the channel. Frustratingly, another chance for us to have a goal-scoring opportunity gone to waste. Half an hour played, both sides giving as good as they got. Very even game as it was in the original tie. This replay could go either way still. Montoya looking for support from teammates. Finds it through Jean-Michel Seri. Lifted into the middle right with a very important interception on that and deflection. Otherwise, that would have gone straight to the head of the awaiting Brighton man in the middle. Oh, that's a poor pass. I was looking for Nibs. It went towards Ep8. Florian Andone, that's loose. Loose from Page as well on his weaker foot. Andone trying to stop the ball from getting through that gap. We've done that well. Still finds Longman. Good block by Wright. Corner Brighton on the back foot here at the moment at the end of the second half. End of the first half, sorry. Jean-Michel Seri to deliver. It's a good delivery. Oh, it's a brilliant header, and Page will just get rid. Whoa! Cochrane over the top. Here's Jean-Michel Seri. Well, it's a lovely ball over. Good header by Lewis Page. Clark just gets to it. Somehow, there hasn't been a goal so far in this game. Brighton certainly look more likely in scoring it. We've been trying to get ourselves forward whenever possible. Looking for a turn of pace from Ep8, and we'll get it out wide here to Ethan Clark. Ep8's there again. I'll quickly look for Nibs. Can we turn that defender? Yes, we can. I might have turned slightly too far, though. Oh, good save by Button. With seconds remaining in this first half, the chance to go in at the break in front. The keeper's going to come. He's going to get to it. Conceição needs to turn this back towards goal. He did, but only finds Seri. 0-0 at the break, but it could easily have been 2-2. Clearance to come. Looking for Ep8 into that space. Run, Victor. I'm not sure how quick you are compared to Balogun, but I've got support here arriving. And at the back post there is Shea Ojo. And he's hit it straight at Button. Anywhere but there, Shea. Literally, just hit it at that near post. Oh, so central. Surely should have been 1-0 to us. Oh, Wright does well to win that header. I'm just chasing this with Fitzwater. Cochrane to Grant again. Fitzwater, I was looking at Al Muslim. Oh, slow foot from Shea Ojo. Slow footwork even from Shea Ojo. Cochrane has not got many options here. Somehow that squirms to Quayla. Lifted in and back. Oh no, Mitov! That's a horrible goal to concede. Jean-Michel Seri with a Tim Cahill style celebration. Oh, he could have. I'm sure he could have got that more safe. Sure he could have got that more safe. Jean-Michel Seri makes it Brighton 1, Cambridge 0. We had to equalise against them in the first game. Oh, Jesus Christ, Victor. That was meant for George Maris, who was stood right next to him. We had to equalise in the first game. We're going to have to equalise in the second. Clark could go again here. Nibs will play it into the space room to get to it. Martin Montoya is quick, though, but not quick enough to deal with the pace and pull it back. Nibs! Oh, he very nearly missed that. But down off the underside of the bar, we were not behind for long. We might yet still see extra time in this FA Cup third round replay. That was a brilliant finish. Just put his foot through it. That's what Shea Ojo should have done before. Although, to be fair, no, that certainly wasn't as central as Shea Ojo's effort, was it? Definitely more towards the corner, but not as close to the corner as I would have liked. But had it been more towards the corner, it might well have gone over. Great hit from Harvey Nibs. 6 minutes was all we were behind for, and we're level again. Similar sort of time to our equaliser in the last game, wasn't it? About the 78th minute. Sessegnon. Wilden intercepts, falls free to Seri. Oh, it's a lovely little flick. That would have been a great goal. Yellow card here coming for George Maris. We shall make a change. I'm going to bring Robinson on for Shea Ojo. I'm going to bring Pereira Roque on there. And yeah, Leon Davis for Conceição. Davis has the ability, or the stats that will well enough suit centre mid. I'll have to leave Maris on his yellow card, though. Leon Davis a better option than the youngster we have on the bench that's still in the 50s. Get to that, Charlie. Very quick, Charlie Robinson. Oh, that was really nicely done. And the counter-attack is on, but for some reason he tried to force himself to play that on his left when a simple ball inside on his right would have sufficed. And we lose the opportunity of the counter and might end up conceding ourselves. No, Ethan Clark has done well. 4 minutes to go before potentially an extra 30. Montoya, good cross. Away, please. Pereira Roque does well. Some calls to call him Ferreira Rocher in the comment section. of the last couple of episodes. Sessegnon, don't let him shoot. Corner for Brighton. If they score now, they've won it, and we're out. We're not going to take that short. If Luke Tip win that header, Davies gets something on it. One be forward to Quaylar. Nicely done by Harvey Nibbs and into the space. Come on then, Ethan. Can we get another late goal? No, I sprinted with that turn and I wanted to just turn sharply inside and I held down the sprint button too much. Malumbi into the middle, blocked by Wright, and it will be an extra 30 here. Another half an hour. Utilising the extra fourth substitute that you're allowed in extra time now as we bring Abadia on off the bench to join Davies, Robinson and Pereira Roque. We had a penalty shootout to get us through against Manchester City in the FA Cup last year. At this stage, I think, as well, wasn't it? Third round? I can't quite recall. We made it all the way to the quarterfinals before unfortunately losing and not making it to Wembley. Subsequently, we went to Wembley anyway with the playoff semi-final and subsequent playoff final. We weren't there in the semi-final. It was the FA Cup semi-final we missed out on. Oh, it's beautiful football, and Charlie Robinson is not going to be caught. Come on, Charlie. Oh, no! Ethan Clark on the follow-up. What a block by Montoya. Was Ep8 onside? Yes, he was. Leon Davis out of his feet. Can't shoot. Oh, no. I can't believe it. Good pace by Pereira Roque. Needed that there. Substitutes being effective with their pace at both ends of the field. Oh, man. How have we not scored there? It's going to be 1-1 at the end of the first half of stoppage time, but really should be 2-1 Cambridge. Superb block from the second effort to deny us after Charlie Robinson hit the post. Another 15 and then maybe penalties. Grant into Mbuemo. Seri Mbuemo. Grant again. Slow in build-up here, Brighton, but it may well work if Cochrane's got the legs to get to that, which he does. Away by Wright. Who's going to get a touch on that? Nobody. It's going to be a throw for Brighton. I was hoping the AI might try and take a first touch there and give me the throw-in. Oh, he's done well. Oh, he did really well, but Mitov potentially making up for his earlier mistake that led to their first goal. Asale into the middle. Flicked on. Oh, it's not the best of clearances from Mitov again. Just batted away right into the danger zone. Thankfully, to a defender on this occasion. Oh, he's done me with a drop of the shoulders. He's completely sent me. Sold. Absolutely sold. That. Oh, the footwork. That's so quick. That extra touch is so quick. And I thought it was going to go through the defender's legs. Oh, man. I need to see that back. He's drifting to the right here. And just as I commit to the challenge, that sharp turn there. It's just too good. That's the difference. We don't have anyone, really, that can pass the ball 5 yards from kickoff. We don't have anyone, really, that has the ability to be that quick with their change of direction. Not whilst keeping the ball under possession, or in possession anyway, under control. That's a good cross too. Keeper will come and catch that. Bowled out quickly, and Robinson forwards here to Maris. Oh, but we're not going to get our last-minute goal on this occasion. Maris out-muscled, and that's going to be game. Brighton are through to the next round of the FA Cup. How we're going to rue that missed Charlie Robinson opportunity that came back off the post and the subsequent follow-up from Ethan Clark that was brilliantly blocked. Brighton will go through after an extra time winner. Oh, I can't believe we've lost that so late. Southend beat Bristol Rovers in the replay. Newcastle hammer Salford. Middlesbrough beat Luton by 2-0 and Preston beat Leeds. Oh. We deserved more, I feel. I'm devastated there. We had a great FA Cup run last season. I was hoping to emulate that this season with the improvements we've made to the squad. And if we could have just buried that one chance, we would have given ourselves the opportunity. But take nothing away from the quality of... Take nothing away from the quality of their winning goal. That was very good. Chill, mate. You're still playing. Not the right opponent, Tom. You're not going to play. Sorry. So tomorrow we shall have Barnsley, Derby and Blackburn Rovers. That win against Stoke has moved us up into 15th from 16th. But you can see the gap is opening up dramatically from 17th downwards. 10 points between Derby and Blackburn. Peterborough there on 20, so we're now 16 points clear of the drop. And 7 points off the playoffs. Still a long way to go in the season, so anything could happen, but Appiah might be just the signing we need to help us stand a chance. I still can't believe that we'd actually do it back-to-back seasons, but you never know. Right, let me know in the comment section your feedback. I'm not going to advance anymore or record anymore until I've seen all the feedback from the previous 2 or 3 episodes before we go any further. There will be, or will have been, some F1 2020 content on the channel as well, so do make sure you drop that video a watch as well, or videos in fact, depending on how much content I can record. But for now, that's all for today for this series. I shall see you tomorrow, of course, with another Cambridge United RTG video where we shall act upon your transfer window advice and requests. I'll see you then.